The metaverse isn't real, or at least not yet. And to be very blunt, it's mainly used as a buzzword to raise money from old people, in my opinion. Now, I know that's harsh, but I think there's so much confusion on what the metaverse actually is, and that's what's enabling this. I mean, Apple CEO Tim Cook said that Apple is not pursuing a metaverse strategy because there's no clear definition on what it actually is. So today, I'm making the definitive video on the metaverse and what it's going to take to make the metaverse real. The goal of my channel is to break down complex topics into basic words that anybody can understand. So today, if this does help you have a better understanding of the metaverse, all I ask you is you send it to a friend, send it to a family member. That way we can all stay informed and see these big opportunities before they come. Deal? Okay, so I'm going to start with what I used to think what the metaverse actually is, because I feel like that's where most people are at. And to me, that was basically just like the movie Ready Player One, where there's a whole 3D immersive VR world with haptic suits. You're in this thing, you have a 3D character, and you can do anything that your imagination could imagine. So it's basically like whether you want to be a dinosaur, you want to race in the streets, or you want to hang out with friends in a beautiful like fantasy oasis of yours, that's what the metaverse would be. And to me, it used to be exactly that, like the visual experience, more specifically like a VR 3D photorealistic immersive world where you put on this headset and you're like in it. To me, that's what I thought the metaverse was. That is actually only one part of it and not even close to the most important aspect of a metaverse. So basically, the entire concept is the internet. However, it's been enhanced and upgraded to like 3D. So right now, the internet, as a comparison, is a collection of 2D websites, right? Just on your screen, flat page. While the metaverse will present the same information, but in 3D spaces with 3D objects, characters, and places. So my problem with the metaverse has always been that this is literally like a decade or so away before we get like photorealistic VR experiences. Like look at Meta, for example. They created the Horizon worlds, and I mean, that is nowhere near to photorealistic. They don't even have legs. And though I do think in the long run, Facebook is working towards that. I mean, their new facial feature recognition on their VR headsets is incredible. It matches what you do to perfection. But in reality, I've always thought that's so far away. So why is everybody freaking out about the metaverse in 2021? And that's what always confused me, is even though it seems obvious that that's where we're going, it was so bizarre to me why every big company wants to get in the metaverse now, or investors are dumping tens of millions of dollars into these small, inexperienced companies who are building a metaverse. So that's always kind of put a bad taste in my mouth, because I do think a lot of these people are just abusing a buzzword. Now, of course, the smartest people are investing in building for the next decade. That's how successful businesses operate. They bet big early and then get paid in the long run. But I'm not just some hater. Like, I love the ambition, but my problem is how low quality these metaverses are. And I mean, look at the quality of Decentraland or Sandbox. These metaverses look like they were made in 1998, and it's no surprise they have less than 1,000 daily active users. Like, no one is actively in a metaverse. No one is using these metaverses, yet they have billion-dollar market caps. So gamers have really high standards, and metaverses right now are nowhere close to Grand Theft Auto, Red Dead Redemption, or even Skyrim, for example. In my opinion, the metaverse had to be like a 3D VR immersive experience, but we're gonna set that part aside because I know people would argue with that, and it actually isn't what makes something a metaverse. So we're gonna stick to the open world gaming concept, and to me, by far, GTA is the best open world game in existence right now, and the closest thing that we have to a metaverse, or VR chat, since there is the 3D immersion and decentralized nature to it, but let's just stick with GTA. The problem with GTA is it lacks the one aspect of a metaverse that actually makes it a metaverse. For a metaverse to be real, you have to have a way to buy, sell, and trade digital assets in the game universally across all platforms and be able to prove you actually own these items. Just like in real life, you can buy a house and you have a deed with your name on it that proves you own it, and then at any point, if you want to sell that house, you can. So right now, that's not how things are. So in GTA, when you buy clothes, you buy a cool car, or anything that you earn in the game, there's no way for you to actually sell that for like real money that goes into your bank account. So this means you don't actually own these in-game items, and therefore GTA is not a metaverse. It's just an open world game that's centralized. So if GTA decided to make all the clothing, cars, and other various items like true digital assets by allowing the gamers to earn them in the game, use them, and then sell them for real dollars whenever they want, then it would be considered a metaverse because it's an open world where you actually own the in-game items. So conceptually, think of a game like Fortnite. You buy V-Bucks for real US dollar. V-Bucks are just their in-game currency. I'll put $10 in, I get 1,000 V-Bucks in the game. Then you use these V-Bucks to buy skins and various other in-game items that make you look cool or maybe give you an advantage, right? So once you buy them with V-Bucks, they are in your account and you can use them in the game. It says your account name is the owner and you can look at all of your in-game items in your inventory within the game. But the problem is you cannot trade them to friends or resell them on a secondary market, which again means you don't actually own them. In other words, you put money into these games, but you can never ever take it out of the game, which sucks as someone who has spent thousands of hours in games like RuneScape, Destiny, and Skyrim, because I spent so much time earning these items. If I could sell it, it would at least feel like I earned something or actually got something for that time. And that would even help people who might be a little more time poor because they're busy working a job that just want cool items, but they don't have the time to grind. And so even as like a high school kid, $50 for my RuneScape party hat would have been so cool. And I mean, this doesn't seem too complicated since most games already have an in-game currency, right? So like think RuneScape gold coins in the Grand Exchange. RuneScape has an in-game currency system, these gold coins that you can use to buy and sell the items that you earn in the game in an open market. So if my character needs food, I could buy food for like 10 gold coins on the market in the game. Or I could even trade something that I have a lot of, like maybe firewood, to someone who needs wood and I need food. We trade wood for food. So the reason, again, RuneScape is not considered a metaverse, even though it has that functionality, is because like I said, you cannot actually sell these items for real money that goes into your actual bank account. Therefore, they're not true digital assets since they're in a centralized ecosystem. Centralized meaning it's just this one world, nothing interacts outside of it. So now, obviously, there are two reasons that this isn't the norm because they already have these economies set up. But one, these big companies make like literally billions of dollars selling these skins, and by not letting players sell their skins to each other means they make more money. So think about it, like if someone wants to buy a banana skin in Fortnite, they have to buy it directly from the company, Epic Games, and that results in $10 profit for the company. So if they let players sell the skins to each other, it would mean that that money goes to other players, not the company, right? Only the initial sale would go to the company, and this is much more fair for the gamers, but they are a business and this would hurt their bottom line in theory. Now, not all companies are that greedy. There are companies that are open to letting their players do this, but the real problem that they face is problem number 2, and that's regulation. So it's no surprise that most gamers are actually pretty young, and most of the games that exist have these things called microtransactions. I'll use FIFA, for example. FIFA has like these randomized packs where you can get players to play on your team, and you could get like a Messi who's like one of the best players, or you could just get like an average player from the MLS or something. And these players have real value in the game and they're on an open market in the game's currency. And so you pay $2.50 to open these packs, and it's basically a 1% chance to get a player worth 1,000,000 coins or like a 90% chance to get a player worth like 500 coins. So this is a form of gambling in a sense. And since most gamers are typically kids, it's probably not the best idea to get the entire youth of our generation hooked on gambling where they could buy one of these packs, get a Messi, and potentially sell it for thousands of dollars. So I do think we will see a way for this feature to be unlocked if you're like 18 plus, but this is definitely the main problem that companies face right now is they don't want to enable true gambling for their young audiences. So these are the two aspects that most people would require for something to be considered a metaverse. An immersive open world, VR or not, where you can buy, sell, transfer, or trade the actual in-game items for real US dollar or real money you can put into your bank account. But this leads us to the biggest problem with what most people are calling the metaverse today. So I'm going to quote an article that I think says this very well. There is only one metaverse. No matter how many companies are involved or what they are called, there is supposed to be only one. After all, it's a collection of virtual worlds or environments which are interconnected by a principle of openness, which enables seamless movement and transfer of digital assets. As an illustration, it could be represented as a collection of islands, each island representing a virtual world. For example, one island might represent Facebook's virtual world. Another might represent Epic Games' virtual world. All the islands are collectively called the metaverse, and the individual islands are called virtual world or virtual environments, or the name given by the company it owns. I will link that article in the description below, but the main quote that I want to focus on from it is the interconnected by a principle of openness, which enables seamless movement and transfer of digital assets. The problem with the metaverse as we know it is that every open world or game is being built in a closed, centralized ecosystem, meaning there is no way for these games to communicate or interact with each other. You have a private account in GTA, a separate account in FIFA, and then a different account for Fortnite. View these as three different verticals that are closed off for each other, but there's no way for them to communicate horizontally between each other. For these metaverses to be real, these ecosystems need a way to communicate or be interoperable. In an ideal world, if you had an outfit or clothing in GTA, you'd be able to wear that outfit in Fortnite. Now, I know these games are different. They're built on different engines. They require different dimensions, different file sizes. So true interoperability is probably not likely to happen, but it will happen with permissionless interactions, meaning if you have a Lambo in GTA, you'd be able to get a discount on the Lamborghini Fortnite skin thanks to Web3 technology. The innovation of Web3 creates the horizontal communication layer between these games or worlds. And NFTs and blockchain solve this interoperability problem today. You've probably heard of crypto, NFTs, and blockchain and think it's some complicated thing that you just don't understand, but I promise you, Web3 is very simple. Cryptocurrency is the currency of the metaverse. NFTs are the in-game items or digital assets, as I like to call them, in the metaverse. And blockchain is simply a public list of all the transactions of these NFTs or cryptocurrencies. So remember, each game, GTA, FIFA, and Fortnite, Web3 is the horizontal communication bridge between these games. Say you're a pizza company and you want to give 20% off to all Fortnite banana skin holders. Well, if you have the Fortnite skin in your inventory, then a pizza company will see that and then offer 20% off to all Fortnite banana skin holders. Want to give free beta access to a new software to your competitor's user base? Web3 enables this. So if all in-game items or digital items are NFTs, then you are going to be able to see, no matter what game you are in, what assets you hold for other games. And then now you're going to unlock a whole different way of interacting with different players. So this is a way to segment and target people in a better way, while also giving you special perks and privileges across the entire metaverse because of this horizontal communication layer, thanks to decentralized assets. So this video isn't about Web3. If you want to learn more about it, I have plenty of videos on my channel about that, but I think it's important to note that Web3 is what powers the metaverse due to its decentralized and permissionless nature. Those are two big words. Go watch other videos. If you understand that, you understand everything about the metaverse, decentralized and permissionless. Let's recap. So for the metaverse to be real, we need three things: a collection of 3D virtual worlds or environments, ideally in VR, in my opinion, but doesn't have to be. 2, you can buy, sell, transfer, or trade the digital assets or digital items in these games. And then 3, these digital items can be interacted with openly no matter what virtual world you are in. If I'm playing Fortnite, I can still see what items I own in GTA, and Fortnite can give me offers. So whether it's viewable as clothing or simply there ready to be interacted with in your wallet, they're at least connected and can communicate. That is my official explanation on what the metaverse actually is. But that's it for today's video, guys. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will see you in the next one.